Hey everyone, Sarah Picaro here. Just wanted to share a quick video, give you some insight into why it hurts so bad, why it feels like your soul has been pierced, why your soul has been damaged, why your soul has been cut. It really feels like a soul injury. When you're with a narcissist and you hear the things that they say to you, the things that they say to you to cut you down, to make you feel about this big. And that's exactly what you feel when you're with a narcissist. You feel constantly hurt. You feel cut down. You feel put down. You feel so tiny, so small, so insignificant. And that's because of one thing: you believe them. And I know, logically and consciously, you may say, no, I don't, because they lie to me all the time. And I know that they're lying to me. I don't believe them. I don't believe a single word they say. Internally, right? There's internally and then externally, and they're different. Externally, you can say, I don't believe them. I know they're lying. I've caught them in their lies. I'm the one that figures all of this out and then presents it to them as if they're going to say, wow, you figured it out. Good job. That's not really what's going on. What's really going on when you're hurt from the words of a narcissist is you believe them. You believe the lies as truths. The ex-narcissist in my life used to say things and try to make me feel, and I accepted that because I believed the lies as truths. Things like, I should have never been born. The world would have been better off without me. I would be better off dead. I mean, the most hurtful, cutting things. They would go on to say things that hurt even more than that, but I don't know if I can say them on this video, just due to profanity. But you know what I'm talking about. If you've been with one, you've had those very same things said to you. And the reason why it hurts is because you believe them. I believed the world would have been better off without me. I believed I had no place in this world. I had no purpose. I had no reason for being here. And that my very existence and the fact that I was here was punishing and hurting other people, was making things worse. And things already felt like they couldn't get worse. And the thought and the belief that they could was a weight that I felt like I was being crushed under. And that's why it hurts so much, because you logically know there's no weight that you're being crushed under. Like, I can look above my head and see there's not a weight above me, but the feeling that my body experienced was that there was 1,000 pounds above me, pushing down on me, that tension, the pressure, the crushing. And it's as if I was constantly living day to day, trying to push back against that, to not be crushed under the weight of that heaviness. What that is emotional heaviness. It's emotional burden. It's emotional pain. And it's from your mind believing lies to be truths, believing all of those things that the narcissist says to you, all those words they use that cut you like a knife. They're a surgeon with their words. They can cut you open and leave you bleeding with their words. And when you believe them, when you think things like, what if they're right? And they tell you, you're never going to find anyone better than me. You're going to be alone the rest of your life. Who's going to want you? Look at you. When they say all those things, you start to internalize them and reflect on them. And it seems like they get stuck in your head. And that's the reel that plays. That's a movie that plays. And that becomes your life. A person who constantly stews on those words and focuses on them. And what you focus on, you tend to get more of. So you focus on the worry and the anxiety and the lies, you tend to get more worry, anxiety, and lies. That's just the way it works. So after being in the relationship with the narcissist, there's more work to be done to get that out of your head, to get that out of your body. Your body stores and traps that heaviness and the burden and the emotion and the lies. and it feels heavy. You still feel weighed down, even when you're out of the relationship with the narcissist. The words and the feelings and the thoughts and the beliefs don't go and don't end when the relationship does. You may have blocked them, you may have gone no contact, and you may feel a little bit better. I'm not surprised, but you may still feel stuck. And that's because of your mind. Your mind's like a computer system, like a filing system, and it stores everything. And you may have blocked out the actual event, but the feeling is trapped in you still. And that's what you're feeling when you're going through the rest of your day-to-day things, when you're going to work, when you're waking up, when you're making lunch, when you're going to the bathroom, when you're taking a shower, all of these things, because you believed all of those at one point or another. And so your mind is now running off of that programming of believing all those things about yourself. And when you shift, reprogram, and rewire that programming to a much more positive, much more realistic one, everything else about your life changes. So if you're still in pain, you're still struggling, you're still suffering after having been with the narcissist, you still got more work to do. And that's okay. Acknowledging and honoring and being willing to step in that space of doing the work because you're tired of the struggle, you're tired of the suffering, you're tired of the pain, you're tired of the emotional turmoil that you're still in, even though you're no longer in that relationship. That is that sacred space, that space that needs change and longs for it. It may feel like it's impossible because you were in the relationship for 12 years. And so now it's going to take 12 years to heal. No, thankfully, no. And I'm living proof of that. I heard someone say the other day that they're living proof that things never get better. Oh, well, I'm living proof that things do get better, but you can't just hope and wish that they'll get better. It takes action. You've got to put in work. You've got to stay committed to your commitment to improve. And when the programming that's running that is changed, so does everything else. That's why it can sometimes seem like magic, but it's not. So when you're in that space, I would love to connect. When you're done with the struggle, when you're done with the suffering, and you're ready to change what you believe about yourself, because it's like switching out the lens. When you switch out the lens from, I don't believe in myself, I'm unworthy, I'm undeserving of being here, I believe all those things that the narcissist said, that the world would be better off without me. When that's the lens that you were living your life through, everything is tainted with that color, with that darkness, with that heaviness. When you switch out that lens, everything becomes more clear. And then you're living for you. You're not living through that filter of those negative projections any longer. So with all of that said, you can find out more information about how to begin that journey, about how to start along that road instead of driving along that same heavy, dark road, wondering when things are going to get better. You actually put movement, momentum behind things getting better. And it begins by changing the beliefs you have about yourself. Out with the old, in with the new. Out with the heavy, out with the lies, out with the guilt, out with the shame, out with the blame, out with the burden, and in with the connection, the positivity, the feelings of safety, the feelings of trusting yourself, and in with the belief in yourself that you can and do deserve to live a thriving and loving life. So again, please check out the links in the description below this video, and I look forward to connecting with you and getting you to that place. You deserve it.